All right, everyone. Well, welcome to Millertime Motorsports Week 2 recap. Last week we had the podcast that we're recording tonight. However, we lost our voices and volume about half, so we were unable to post. So we apologize about that. We do have two people recording it tonight. We plan on putting this up here shortly, and hopefully you guys will get to check it out tonight. On January 31st, just to go through a couple numbers, how much we've grown since last season. We had 298 members. Today we had 563, so 265 members there in the last couple of weeks. So I know some of the races haven't been the most stellar, but some people will weed out here as we get going, and we're going to have some pretty good leagues. Facebook, we had 124 followers on January 31st at the end of last season. Today we had 229, so up 105 on just Facebook, and you all know that's where we do most of our communication. So we appreciate you being on that social media forum. And then last week we had 236 drivers that raced in 9 different series. So overall we averaged 26.2 drivers per series, down a little bit from last week. Last week we were right around 30, but however, still pretty good numbers there. So we're going to start off with the being we do this on Mondays. So GT3s. Last week we had, or this week we had 17 drivers, which was down 9 from the week before. That showed up to Watkins Glen, but I don't do the GT3, so I'm going to let Montana talk about this a little bit here, and maybe one of the other guys will chime in too.
Yeah, so Tony Watson, absolutely dominating performance the past couple of races. I think he's led every single lap this season. I mean, I don't even know what to say. This man, he crushes the field every time when he's out there.
Well, last week I had the pleasure of joining in and watching your Twitch there for a little bit during the race, and the guy's just, I mean, never misses a turn or anything.
Excellent driver. Yeah, we had a lot of big movers past couple weeks. At Watkins Glen, we had Timothy Manchester went from 14th to 5th. Tony Watson still in the lead in points. And tonight we will be at Okayama, full track. It's a tough track, a lot of tight turns. Big difference from the classic Watkins Glen. And I think it's going to be an interesting race tonight. We're going to see a lot of spin outs, but we'll see. Only time will tell.
I never even practiced freaking the one for tonight, man. So if I do race, you know me, I'm going to start dead last because I like that shit. It's the only time I get to pass somebody, maybe. But, Tony Watson, congrats again on a dominating win. Watkins Glen, what can I say? Watkins Glen was one heck of a fun track. We had people run out of gas. I mean, it was interesting. But
it had to have been Eddie.
No. I actually think it was freaking Montana and Tito, maybe.
It was. I almost ran out of gas. I had 2 laps left, which I didn't plan ahead of time. Plan ahead of you guys. Plan ahead.
Creech, you running the road course tonight?
Yeah, I'll try it out. I'm pretty sure I've raced the track once or twice before, so we'll see how I go.
All right. Well, I can assure you I'm not going to be there, so good luck to all of you who are racing that tonight.
Right.
Anything else about the GTs?
Nope. I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right. On Tuesday night, we move on to the SK Modifieds. This week we had 28 drivers. Last week we had 39, so we were down 11. We were at Southern National. Grant Clark ended up leading 15 of 100 laps. After the top 5 or 6 guys, again, it sounds like fuel came into play there. On lap 85, the top 5 or 6 guys didn't know we had to pit. So that happened to Eddie Lombardo twice this week, but he ends up learning his lesson and ended up winning the Legends. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But so Grant Clark, like I said, ended up winning that. His first victory here, however, shows up just about every night.
And Chris, go ahead and talk about last week, the changes that we did, since they didn't hear about it.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
True, yeah.
Going from the traditional race to the heat races.
Yeah, so we did last week, the first week of the SK Modifieds, we did have, it was a lot of wrecks. I think only one car finished on the lead lap, but after that race, there was a lot of upset drivers. We did make some rule changes to where we still allow up to 48 drivers to come into the race. And then we take the top 18 qualifiers. That leaves us up to 30 drivers for a heat race, and we take the top 4 out of that. So we do that in now in the SK Modifieds and in the Legends. It's worked out really well the last couple of weeks, or at least last week it worked out well. So plan to stick with that for now.
Yeah, I haven't been to the SKs, but from what I've heard, it's helping. I know it helps in the Legends. It's helping that. So as long as some people don't mind running 130 laps, between heat, B, whatever you want to call it. Oh.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Philip Manzo, just to give you a shout out, there was the hard charger. He moved from 13th to 2nd, I believe. So that was a good run for him.
That's good. Man.
And the points lead, Grant Clark takes over the points lead with 89 points. Anthony Hook is 4 behind with 85. And Travis Sutphin is 79. So he's 10 behind there in third.
All right. Well, what's where we at on the Legends?
So one thing I want to make a note of real quick on the SK. So we are at North Wilkesboro this week. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it yet. So there is a potential that this race will be on iRacing Yellows this week with potentially no admin. So we said with having 9 series, sometimes that we may run into that. And if we do, we'll have it set up for automatic cautions. You just may spend more time under caution, but however, they'll do a good job covering that. So moving on to the Legends on Wednesday night. We had 36 drivers this last week, which was down 10 from the week before, and we were at Southern National just like the SKs were. Sean English.
That finish. Ooh.
Still has
Yeah.
a dominating lead. He's
Yeah,
dominating.
Sean English streak is over. He had won 5 of 5. Probably would have won this one, to be honest with you. But ended up getting taken out by a lap car there with just, I don't know, there was probably 15 laps to go or so. But, yeah, so, I mean, Sean will hold on to the points lead, but talk about that here in a minute. Brett Rudder was stuck at work again, so our defending series champion 2 weeks in a row, no show.
Yes, that kind of sucks. I've been looking forward to having him back, and I know he's, got to work. I get it, but yeah,
We all have to work
to it. But I do see I'm going through this point standings right, and I see Norman in here. When did he race? Because I definitely wasn't there the night he raced, so must have been this past week, I guess.
Man, I don't even remember his mouth on the radio this last week. I
That's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying. I don't know.
Maybe he was the. But Eddie Lombardo with the win. I mean, there's another guy that just like Grant Clark that's here every night, right? I mean,
yeah.
pretty much runs
Running
every
out of
series.
fuel
with
all
us.
the time. It's great.
Yes.
Runs out of fuel.
Yes.
But he learned his
Sorry,
lesson
Eddie.
this week.
Sorry, Eddie.
Yes, he did. The black box is on wherever. Find your little black box. Well, actually, my crew chief tells me that, but.
So Eddie pulled her out there in the Legends after Sean English got taken out late. We had Harold Ralph and Paul Massey both moving up. I believe it was 9 spots for the Hard Charger Award. We had Harold Ralph move from 13th to 4th, and we had Paul Massey move from 15th to 6th, I believe. So both of them had pretty good runs there. And then as far as the point standings in the Legends, we had Sean English still holds on. He's got 101 points, holds on to the lead over Harold Ralph, which is a newcomer this season. So he's running tough right there in second with 90 points, and Ricky Vinson with 83. So pretty good gap there between first and third this early in the season, but we didn't expect none less from Sean English.
No, he's still where he needs to be. I mean, it's not like he's gonna come in here and make up for it. He'll dominate, but you know what? That's racing. Sometimes that shit happens. Let's say, right? So, And that's kind of what
It
it is.
does.
One of them situations. I mean, there's no such thing as winning all of them. So
Crosby, who won that heat race? Was there anybody that we can give a shout out there?
Let me check.
There would have been 4 guys make that heat race.
he's still on Pornhub. What are you guys doing? Don't pick on him.
Travis, I'm gonna mess up his last name, but
Sutphin.
Sutphin. Yeah.
Sutphin.
John
Oh,
Lord in
yes.
2nd place.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
A second.
So
I can pull
yeah,
it up.
these are guys that had to make their way into the main race out of that 30 lap little heat that we call it.
Yeah. What's number 5 here? I don't know. Anyway, no, I do gotta. No, we'll wait till the Indy car, and then I'll talk about that.
All right, Crosby was able to bring up the heat there. Yeah, we had Travis Sutphin, John
Oh man,
Lord,
it would be so cool if we had
Stuart
replay
Barnett
on
in the
that
top
screen.
3.
Can we get
Oh, that was in
replays
the
on
heat
that?
race. What about? Oh yeah, it was just one heat race. Yep, that's correct. Oh, and there's me at 4th there. I was the last car that made the main race. Forgot about that. I don't make very many of them. You'd think I'd remember that.
Yeah, there's a feature.
Yep. So, yeah, Adam. I'm not even going to try to say that last name.
I'll attempt it, man. What are you on?
Gia
This is
Kamazi.
the feature.
Giacomosi, something like
The
that.
legend.
The
Gee,
feature
come
of
on.
what?
I'm sorry, Adam, if we butchered
Legends.
your name.
And Patrick
NASCAR?
Day. No, this is still in the legends.
That
You're
one
getting
was-
ahead of us. Crosby shared his screen, so we were looking at the race there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to Thursday here. Thursday, we have the NASCAR League. Get my screen back here. There we go. All right, so we have the NASCAR League. This week we had 26 drivers, down 17. We had full field of 43. We actually had a couple not even be able to get in at Daytona there, but we were at California or Auto Club Speedway. Dawson Wadlington led 13 laps. Right there at the end, Eddie Lombardo tried to make it two nights in a row after winning the Legends. He tried to win NASCAR, dove low in turn 1 and 2, I believe, with 2 laps to go. Got on the apron, came back up the track, but lost all his momentum. Wasn't able to make the pass on the last lap to catch up to Dawson, but nonetheless, good run there, Dawson. I think that's your first win here at Millertime Motorsports, so glad to have you. You're also going to be taking over the points lead, so you have 88 points, followed by last week's winner at Daytona. Nathan Brown had 86, and Grant Clark is also tied with Nathan Brown at 86. But we have a couple guys up there that ran some good laps. Anthony Langworthy led 25 laps. Eddie Lombardo was the hard charger, moved from 13th to 2nd.
Yep.
So Eddie's been hanging right in there in all these races.
Yep. And I want to give a shout out to Grant Clark, man. I mean, he helped us out quite a bit with our steering ratio setup for these kind of tracks with this car. Yeah, thanks, Grant. Been practicing it the last couple of days. It really, really has helped. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I'd even say he's helped out a lot moving into Indy.
Oh, yeah, with the Indy Cars. Yeah, you can talk about Grant with definitely these 2 series, the NASCAR and the Indies, helped out tremendously. So.
All right, well, this week we'll be at Atlanta. That should be
Yes,
good.
and that's where I did run a few practice laps there, thanks to Grant.
Oh,
on
so
the
now you
steering
got
issue.
the upper edge on us all, huh?
No, I just went in and practiced a few laps, and no, it definitely felt way better, man. I mean, way better.
What'd you
actually.
change it to? 16-1?
I tried 16-1 on it. Yes, yep. And I'm gonna start there, see what happens. But it's definitely better than it was. But I didn't get a run. I didn't run a whole lot of laps, so see how it does on everything else. But
Right,
yeah, if
well.
anybody has any help on some Indy setup, any kind of setups that you guys can think of with the steering ratio or the steering offset, any stuff like that, please put it up on the Facebook, comment on it. I'd like to see what everybody else is pretty much kind of running. I'd like to just, because a lot of times it's driver preference anyway, so just kind of want to see what everybody else is running.
Yeah, throw it up in the comments.
Well, because the problem is, guys, be honest with you, man. It's not that we want to get better. It's because if you guys pay attention to all of our times when we qualify or run anything, it's always us guys exactly the same in the back. We're in the back
Because we
together.
all suck.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just want to beat one of you motherfuckers. That's all, you know.
Hey,
That's all.
but at
That's
least,
all.
you know, we like running the league, right? I mean, let everybody else have pleasure at winning, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I like watching some of the main event. I love watching the feature races. Sometimes it is nice to watch them.
Yes, it is.
Sit there and watch.
All right, well, moving on to the Indy Cars on Friday night. I apologize about the last-minute change to Kentucky Speedway, but it was a good thing. Like Steve just mentioned, I think a couple drivers, including Grant Clark, during the NASCAR race brought up that what setup are we going to run on Friday night for the Indy Cars, and
Oh yeah.
we
Right.
try. I appreciate the guys. I know Grant spent some time, and I think what was it, Ron Overby, I believe it was, spent
Yep.
some time
Yes, he
trying
did,
to find us a setup to race at Auto Club Speedway, but in the end, it just wasn't going to work out. But Kentucky ended up being a blast. So we had 20 drivers, which was down 8 from the week before when we raced at the Indy 500. But it was another week, but I think it was the same result. James Kennedy was able to lead 62 of the 100 laps. Came from 6th to 1st to win his second race of the early season. So he's won both the races. He moved up in the, I think it came from 23rd to 1st in the first week. I believe it was.
Something
So
like that. Yep.
I think right now he's averaging like what did you see on that? Like
He's
maybe
got
Crosby
an
can pull that
average,
one up.
average starts 15th, and he's got 2 wins. 2 up, 2 for 2 and wins. Yeah, average starts 15th.
So, I mean, that's the results from last week, but I mean, I can pull up the standings.
Well, right there's good enough. So there's the standings, and you're looking at 105 points, 2 wins, average start of 15th, average finish of first. So pretty amazing there. And then right there in the points, you got Grant Clark's only 5 points behind him. So he's right there. And then James Smith rounds out the top 3 with 82 points.
Yeah, I actually got the privilege of racing this race this week, and I can tell you right now, I had some technical difficulties with my television. Oh my God, man. My HDMI cord was loose, and my TV totally blacked out like 2 different times. And Eddie, I gotta apologize, man. I'm the one that rear-ended you on their caution. The TV blacked out for a second. Boom. And then we went green, and then the sumbitch totally shut off, and I wrecked, and I got the hell out of there at that point. But anybody that I screwed up, I apologize. I'm sorry.
I guess sometimes we'll have those technical difficulties, right?
Yeah, so since then I got it fixed. Totally redid all that. We're all good there. So I expect to still follow everybody.
Well, before we move on from the Indy Cars, we'll give just a shout out to Jason Grames. Is that right, maybe?
Yeah, something yeah.
He led 32 laps, so he led quite a few laps there before James Kennedy took over. And the Hard Charger Award goes to Scott Reliella. I don't know if I said that one right neither. I wouldn't know how to say that, so probably a lot easier than I make it. He moved from 18th to 6th, so moved up 12 spots. Pretty impressive there. And again, they'll follow the NASCAR to Atlanta this week.
Where we at? Atlanta this week? You say?
Atlanta with the with the Indy Cars even. Hopefully we got a setup. We need to check it out.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea. I don't know if I've done that or not yet either. But that would be a race I'd like to be in again. I love the Indy Cars, whether I'm good at it or not. I do like them. All right, what comes after that, man? We got the
All right. Well, we're down to our last 4 series. We do run.
The weekend
We
dirts.
run the weekend
Yeah,
dirts,
weekend
but we
dirts,
do run
yeah.
2 different series each night. So we have the 358 mods on Friday nights at 6, the big block modifieds on Friday nights at 7:30. So ends up being a little bit longer night for us, but again, we love the dirt. We like it on the weekend. But in the 358 mods, 23 drivers this week, up 4 from last week. So pretty good turnout there.
Yeah, and I love Lautermilch. I mean, it's right down the road from us, and we all live around right here, and I love that track. It was a fun track. to
Montana,
drive
it's
for sure.
UNOH, and that's UNOH track, right? There we go.
Yeah, yeah, we go.
Yep.
So it was fun. I'm glad that we moved up 4 there. You know, that one's getting better, slow but surely. I love it.
Yeah, so
And,
Thomas Flanagan, he led 29 of the 30 laps, ended up holding Craig Lautermilch off for the victory. It was a close one there right at the end, but he did end up getting his win. We had James Vitich. He moved from 21st to 14th, moved up 7 spots, and so did Jeff Flair. He moved from 22nd to 15th. So they were our 2 hard charters.
yeah, and here we go. Another name. We got another name. Eddie Lombardo again, man. Now we're in the dirt series, and now he's second in points, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
Quentin Reed has a pretty nice advantage on all of them. He's got a 15-point lead, or 14-point lead, my bad, over Eddie Lombardo. But and then Anthony Hooker just 1 point behind him. So,
Right.
yeah, Eddie.
Yeah, I know. Again, you're gonna hear that name. I don't know if he raced any of the sprints this weekend, did he? Or did he take Sunday? He probably took Sunday off, huh?
Yeah, not sure. I don't remember seeing his name out there. He would have, I'm sure, done pretty good. Maybe he did. I don't remember. Well, maybe Krause will have to bring that up when we get to the sprints. But
I'll check
Yeah.
it out.
Anyway,
so this next week we'll be at USA Speedway for all the dirt tracks.
long
So Saturday and
straightaways,
Sunday
man.
night. Yep, long straightaways. The 358 modifieds probably be fun in the turn and boring down the straights, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Them damn cars, the way they handle going straight sucks. That
Yeah.
might suck.
Well, especially when you're on the pace lap.
Oh god. Yeah. Yeah.
But moving on to the 730 series, the big block modifieds. We had only 15 drivers to this series. We need to get a few more. It'd be nice to have 20 to 25 drivers in this one, but we were down 3 drivers at Lima Land again. We had Craig Lautermilch, so he was held off by Thomas Flanagan in the 358s by just I think it was like 0.2 seconds, but he was the winner and led 14 laps. So he was definitely tough in the modifieds on Saturday night, which pretty much carried over to the sprints too. He's pretty good there. So Wayne Rick, which is a new guy this last week, he led 18 laps in the big blocks. Spun twice in the last 10 or 12 laps there, and he was apologizing to everybody. He felt bad because it was his first week in the series. But hey, Wayne, I mean, you led 18 laps. We'll keep you. That's all right. We all have racing incidents, and I'm sure that pressure was getting to you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm waiting to be kicked out like any day now. If that's the case, holy shit.
You're on a fine line, Steve.
No kidding. Man, I think I might just get in it tonight just because I know I'll wreck. Anyway.
Well, here's a familiar name. Jeff Flair was the biggest mover.
Yeah,
12th and 3rd.
Pharaoh, he's in there.
9 spots there in the big block modified. So out of
That's
only
good old
15
Jeffrey
guys,
for you.
I mean, he moved up from 3rd to the back to 3rd. So good run there. And he's also 3rd in the points. So in the points, you got Craig Lautermilch leading with 60. You got Brandon Voiles in 2nd with 53. And Jeff Flair rounding out the top 3 with 45 points.
Yeah, I can see Flair's gonna be winning one here really soon. He's due. He's definitely due. If he could just get his ass a nice qualifying time, I think he's right there.
Yeah,
But
he's all over sometimes. Sometimes he's really fast. Sometimes he's really slow. I don't know.
I think he has that problem you have, and I
What's
have
that?
sometimes. And he might get into the booze.
He likes to play iRacing and drink a little. I like it.
Yeah, man.
If that's your case, Jeff, hey, more power to you, buddy. I like it.
I think he has a threshold there. It's like, and I am kind of speaking for him, but I think maybe he has like a 4 or 5 limit where he's just freaking dangerous, man. But I think there's that 12 point where it's like, all right, dude, this is gonna be fun. But man, hits the wall a lot. I don't
You're
know.
just speaking about yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Different
Anyway,
pot
let's
kettle
move
reference
on.
here
But
somewhere.
he reminded me of the way I am. Sometimes I can be okay. It just depends how much you've tipped the bottle.
Yeah, I have that problem sometimes. That's why I didn't race 360s last night.
But
But
No.
all right, moving on. Sunday, our last night here. So this
Wait.
was last night.
we didn't talk about the. Yeah, that is the 305s. That is on Sunday. Never mind. Never mind. See what
Come
happens.
on, buddy. Stay with the game.
Stupid
You drink
Steve.
already today?
No, I just need a cigarette really bad. But anyway, let's go.
All right,
Sorry. My
we're
bad.
almost done. We're on Sunday here. So
Yeah.
Sunday, the 305 sprints. Probably our best series we've always had. It was our first series. I mean, it's actually got more seasons than anything else. But 40 drivers, which was up 4 from last week. So 40 drivers at Lima Lamb was interesting. Travis Snyder Jr. and Ryan Griffith, they both teamed up here this last week. Both very good drivers in the series. Obviously, Ryan Griffith has won every dirt series championship we've had. So him and Snyder Jr. teamed up. Snyder Jr., he ended up leading 14 laps before I believe he had an internet issue. And so maybe the same kind of issue you had, Steve, but yours was just a black screen. But I think he did the same thing, kind of hit the wall.
Tough to drive in the dark, man.
Basically ended his night. He finished 26th, dead last, 9 laps down. So he was our points leader coming in and ended up finishing last. So he'll take a little bit of a hit. However, Ryan Griffith, our defending champion, was able to end up leading and won the race there after leading the last 7 laps.
And I told you, well, guys, the podcast we did last week that didn't get put on, I did say I expected Ryan to kind of win this. He was my pick. I mean, any of these shorter tracks, tighter tracks like this, you go to Cedar Lake? I mean, I think he's going to win that one for sure whenever we get there. I really do. I mean, I think these smaller tracks, he's going to be very, very dominant. Very dominant on those.
You did say that last week, and I think you were probably right.
Now, if it was Eldora, no, I know he's going to run good there. He's always about a fourth, fifth place car there, but that's one track. And Knoxville is the same way. I kind of feel like that really not more his style, or there's more luck involved in it. To where I think with him, the smaller tracks is skill, and I think he's got a lot of skill on running versatile lines. Adapting to how the track changes. He does a really good job. I don't know. It's my opinion, man. But
Well, I mean, you
Where
called
we
it
at?
last week, and I absolutely agree with you. I mean, he's a little bit more of a finesse driver, right?
I think he's just very versatile. Like someone like we ain't even seen Max in it this year, but someone like him, his balls to the wall, just his lines are totally different sometimes. But I don't know.
Well, the
where we at
next guy,
week?
we're going to be at USA for all the dirt tracks here, but the next guy I want to mention, Randy Shreves. I don't know where he finished exactly last week, but I know in our podcast we talked about him. So he was definitely up there for some of these dirt races, but he led 11 laps and finished second and was right there to challenge Ryan at the end. So that's a name to be following here. And Grant Clark was our biggest mover, so again, there's his name this week. He moved from 24th to 14th, so moved up 11 spots. And give a shout out to Josh Berkey, who moved from 11th to 4th. I guess that's a little bit more of a promising position, but he moved up through the best of the best there. And Ended up, he was one of them. Came down to the final week last season as far as a points leader, so he's right up there again. But as far as the points lead, Ryan Griffith holds on to it with 60 over Ben Wirt. He's got 56, so he's only 4 points back, and then Kyle Ledford has 49 minus 11.
Yeah, it's gonna be, dude. I just love this series. I just love the 305. I mean, we all said it last night. Just look at the names that are in that division. I mean, seeing 26 cars at Lima Land and no one wrecked for a while. I mean, it was about as clean as a race as you could about ask for, and unreal, unreal. These guys are good. I love this. I love this division. Just love it. So that's all I have to say about that one.
Yeah, I thought it was some really clean racing last week, or last night, I guess, on the sprint cars, both 305s and 360s. I know we had probably 4 or 5 cautions in that 360 early on, but once we got going through that, that was a good race too.
Yeah, that's the thing on the 305s. We still did the double wide. We went double wide on a lot of the restarts after cautions, and man, it was fun. And I really think that us going double wide like that really helped Griffith. I really think Ryan that really benefited him for sure. I mean, the track was going away, and he's starting there on the outside automatically, and there you go.
Yep, good race. A lot of good drivers.
It was. Congrats again, Ryan.
It was crazy when I was looking at those heat races. How many good names were in the top 6 or 7? I feel good about taking 6 drivers out of these heat races now, but man, sometimes there's 7, 8, 9 good drivers in there.
Yep. I'm going on the limb for next week in the 305 series. I'm taking Nathan Brown. Nathan Brown is going to be the winner next week at USA. That's my pick right there.
USA Nathan, huh?
Yep.
Oh no, Nathan likes to ride that wall a lot. That might be too sharp of a turn. And
Nah,
USA.
man, he's always fast. He's always fast.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't know without Kraz pulling up the stat, and I don't want to spend too much time on it here, but I believe Craig Lautermilch in the 305s did not make the feature. I believe he got stuck in the B main for some reason, and then I think somebody hit him in the B main, and I don't know if we had a caution there or not, but I know he ended up fighting from behind there, and I think he ended up a couple laps down in the B main even.
Yep, 2 laps down, finished 9th.
That can happen very fast. Yes, that can happen very fast. Hey, baby.
Yes. All right, well, we'll move on to the 360 sprints, which were at 7:30 on Sunday night. We had 31 drivers at Lima Land, down 5 from last week. Ben Wirt led from start to finish, led all 34 laps, even had a green-white checkered in there, but pretty dominant. No, I mean, we had, I think, 4 or 5 cautions there. I don't remember exactly, but nonetheless, Ben Wirt led every lap.
Who's the points leader in this one?
Yeah, I can pull it up.
Okay, Travis. Travis is the points leader for the 360s.
Yep.
Oh, that's a tight one. Yeah, 63,
62, 57.
and then Griff, 57. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
so, we mentioned Travis. So Travis definitely rebounded from the 305s, got his internet problem fixed, finished second. But him and new teammate Ryan Griffith right there at the end, coming out of turn 4, side by side. They make a little bit of contact. It was all a racing deal. I mean, obviously there's no fight between teammates or anything there, but made contact with Griffith. He spun around, ended up finishing 5th, so wasn't second going to the checkered out of 4. But so maybe some controversy boiling there already with, GSR Racing.
Might be. You know how it is with us. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
Same thing. Always running into each other all the time instead of helping. Yep. It could be.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
I doubt it. They're both really good drivers, and they'll both make up from this. So, I mean,
It'll
It'll
happen
be all
again. It'll happen.
they're going to get into each other because they're going to be beside each other all the time.
Yep, that's right. It'll happen again. But it's good. It's fun to watch. That's all. Gives us something to talk about.
Yeah. Speaking of something to talk about, Kobe Walters, biggest mover in this race, 16 spots.
Mm.
This is a new guy this last week. I'm not sure if I've
Wow.
seen him race in our league at all, but moved up 16 spots to finish fourth.
20th to 4th
20th to fourth.
at Limeland. That's neat. That is, yeah, that's
Pretty
very good.
stellar.
Very good. I mean,
So,
holy
Kobe,
cow.
if you're watching, we hope to have you back here next week to see what you can do in this league.
Yeah, hopefully he starts a little closer next week. See what
Yeah,
he
I
can
think
do.
he ran pretty decent maybe in qualifying or practice or his heat race or something. It couldn't have been his heat race because he did start 20th, but
Right.
so who knows?
All right. Well,
But however, like we mentioned in the points there, Travis Snyder holding on to the points lead with he's got 63 points over Ben Wirt, which was your winner this week. He's got 62, and Ryan Griffith there in third at 57. So, and next week USA.
yeah. Yeah, here again. We'll see. It'll be a fun track. It's long straightaways. Usually these tracks, especially in the 305s, it's kind of follow the leader on this track sometimes. So we'll see.
305's definitely. 360's
Yeah,
get a little bit
360s
more
like-
interesting.
Yeah. But it's a lot of times follow the leader, but
One thing though, we'll start these track conditions on USA for the feature race anyway. Not real low to where it makes the track conditions come into play a little bit more than just single file. So we'll make that interesting this week.
yeah, we can experiment with that once in a while for sure.
I mean, I know that's one thing that,
Well-
over the last couple of years, we've tried to keep that basically 0% when we start the feature. But this year I've been creeping it up a little bit, but I know USA can get pretty boring. So maybe we'll start that up at, 25, 30% or something for the feature and make the track conditions come into play a little bit.
I love it. Normally you and I ain't the features in, we can't make it that far. So I'd love to watch other people drive it. That'd be cool.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
What?
we didn't get our, we didn't post our podcast last week. So, we need to tell these drivers that they may be getting contacted for a little interview here at the end of the podcast by week. So,
Yes, we need to
let you
get
guys
some of these
know.
guys on here. Yes.
yeah, we want to talk to some of you.
I know their secrets. And,
Let's make this fun. We got a good community of guys, right?
yeah.
Well, maybe there's some girls too. I shouldn't say just guys.
Yeah.
Put them on the spot.
Yep.
Pry
Do
them
it.
for all what they know.
Let's do it. We got to have video of them playing. What you do here, man? Well, actually,
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Crosby can get that up there for you. Who you want to interview first? We're just gonna pick a winner next week. Tell everybody not to win this week, so you don't have to get interviewed, or what?
no. I think we need to have Ryan on. That'd be my
We gotta
first
get Ryan.
one. Ryan,
I
be
mean,
my
Yeah, that
first
would be a
one.
good first.
He is the
Depends
king
if
of the dirt.
he
Get
wins.
Brett, yeah, and then the King Asphalt. We'll get Brett on here for that.
I don't know if Brett's gonna find time for us.
I know he's sick of you. It's already.
Get Eddie
Someone
on here.
wanted to give you a kiss, man. Who wanted to give you a kiss the other day, Chris? Someone said this Chris Miller guy.
Oh yeah, I think that was Byron.
Yeah,
Wasn't that Byron Gay?
I think so. Or
I think I was. Yeah, it was when we were racing dirt. I'm pretty sure he was talking about the, meeting up at your golf course.
oh shit, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know, but anyway, I'm not gonna look through that all night. But this week was. I
Yeah,
thought
so-
this week was better than last week or the first week, so
Mhm, mhm.
definitely better.
Anything we want
And-
to say about this week? I mean,
What, this coming week?
yeah.
I think the weekend's going to be awesome. The dirt's going to be awesome. I think tonight will be just like we always have had. It's going to be the same. Tuesday, Wednesday is always going to be, a question mark for now. Till then, both them leagues get a little more consistent, a little better.
Mhm.
But I like the Thursday night league. The NASCAR league really has potential, in my opinion. It is fun. I really like that one. And the Indy series.
That was a lot better last week. So was the Indy series. Both of them were really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. The amount of people in the Indy series is that right around that 24 mark, right? I love it.
Right.
That amount of people in an Indy series is fun. It's real. Yeah, it's a great time.
Mhm.
So I think that has potential too. But they're fun. Depends what tracks we have and this and that. But if anybody out there has any advice on any, like if we run into that Indy problem again where we didn't have the setup for that track, has anybody got any advice before we get to that point? Then let us know. Because I don't test all these tracks, guys. You guys serious, man? You think I'm gonna get on here and freaking drive every one of these?
Yeah,
I wish I could.
we know you do, Steve.
I'm gonna let Eddie take care of that for me, man. We'll
Well,
let
hopefully he
Eddie just
watches
drive
his
them all.
fuel.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's funny.
Hey,
All right.
I would, one thing maybe we have to throw up a poll about it, but I from series to series I get a lot of complaints that we don't call enough cautions. I think I don't know which one it was last week, Montana. I know you and I were both there, and there was one of them. They were kind of shouting out at us that we didn't do a good enough job, but regardless, it doesn't matter. But anyway, I mean maybe it's time that we put a poll up and see if they want more cautions. I mean, the problem is when we have admin only cautions, the caution laps count in some of these smaller races. That kind of sucks, but
Yeah, because I don't want to have half the race under caution.
right,
It's tough because you get two cars that'll bump into each other, and they may hit the wall, they may not, and it's real tough. It's real tough. Sometimes
Yeah,
you
but
get a
I
single
mean-
car spin out that's in fourth place, and he doesn't touch a car. I mean, I can call it. I don't have to, but I don't want to spend the whole race under caution.
Damn, you do.
no,
damn,
I
you
agree
don't,
with
though.
you. And I mean, lately we've had at least 2 mods on just watching the race for the most part, and I feel like we do pretty good calling it, but can't keep everybody happy, and it's one thing that's definitely brought up weekly. And I don't know. I'd hate to go back to iRacing cautions because then you will spend all night.
What's he doing? He's just been sleeping. Yeah.
But
Got my dog in here with me tonight.
That looks like a human being.
No, that is a human being. Yes. Don't get.
all right,
Blooper reel.
Yeah, I think I gotta.
Gotta go on the blooper reel.
Oh man. Any old how. Nope. Good week. Very happy. We'll see how much we raced this week. Don't know.
It was a great week for you, Steve. I heard you got your first win.
Yes,
The
in
official
the official race on 305s. Yes, last night. Finally got my first official win, man. God, it felt so good, man. I mean, couldn't believe it. Unreal.
well,
So how'd
that's
it
nice.
finish off?
Huh?
How'd it finish off? Did you lead the whole race
Hell no,
as
man.
expected?
No, I passed the leader in the last turn. Did a slide job on him.
There you go. Can you do that in the 305s this week?
Can I?
Yeah.
At USA? No, I doubt it. That race, I don't know. I just hope, here again, the officials are the officials, but when you get to our league, it's 10 times harder. I mean, I just hope to make the feature, be honest with you. Just make the feature. It would be awesome. I mean, I know that's all my brother and nephew want. Just to make that.
All I ever try to do. Sometimes I don't even mind missing that just to watch a good race.
Yeah, I know. Because the
That's
B
just
mains
better
are
to
actually
watch.
fun too. But only 2 guys made it out of B this past week, right? Lima Lamb?
That's
2 guys?
correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's tough. But, I still I love the fact that 6 cars still go from each heat race. I mean, that to me I like that better. I just feel like you got a better chance of making the. I missed the feature by 1 spot through the heat race, so hey, is that close?
Yeah, it just sucks when you're one of the top guys and you get, spun out or something in the heat race and we don't throw cautions for it, and then you're expected to get one of those top 2 spots. So
Yeah.
it sucks, but it happens in real life too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. It is tough, but it could happen to any of these guys, any of us, all the time too. So I don't know. What race you guys looking forward to the most this week? Other than yours tonight, Montana. I hope you're ready too. By
You
the
know
way.
I'm excited for that GT3 race. I'm coming
I
for you,
don't think
Tito.
you're
Me and Tito are
1/3 of
tied
that.
for 9th in points right now.
Yeah, that's right. So if anybody wants to watch a heck of a race tonight, watch
Trying to fight
Tito
for that
and
top 10
Montana
right there.
go at it. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be a good. You'll probably be the best 2 to watch in that. Hopefully, you guys qualify right next to each other.
Hopefully.
You just follow each other around.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to the Legends at North Wilkesboro, but I look forward to
That'd
the
be a good
Legends
race.
every week.
Legends
Yeah.
always great.
Chris really you do like them Legends. That's probably one of your favorite ones to drive, ain't it, Chris?
Yeah, I mean I like that 305s, but 305s the field's so big it's tough for me to make the A main, but that's fine too. I enjoy doing what I get to do.
Yeah, same here. I like any of them. It don't matter to me.
No, that's
But-
why we do this many, because it gives us a chance to run all kinds of different stuff.
But so far, I've really liked the actual NASCAR one. That's actually probably been one of my surprisers. I've actually pretty surprised about that. I like those.
I didn't really like Daytona because I wrecked, but
Well, I hated that damn track, but
California wasn't bad.
no. All right, boys.
All right, well, this will wrap it up here. It's for the week 2 recap. We do plan on doing the podcast around 5:36 p.m. Every Monday night. Hopefully, do the week recap there and let everybody get a shout out. But give us a comment, whatever you think. I'm glad to have you guys here. We look forward to week 3. We kick it off tonight with the road course at Okayama here in about 35 minutes. So get out there. I won't be there, but hey, we'll see you around this week at different tracks, and have a good week. We'll talk to you later, and see you next Monday.